The rain falls softly against the glass of the windows and the marble of the balcony. The clouds cast the world in a dreary gray, covering the hills and trees which make up the landscape beyond. The faint smell of sawdust and burning wood wafts lazily from the tree farms in the north. Sitting upon a bench underneath a stone balcony are Amira and her father. "Are you sure?" says the governor. "Yes, I think this is the time for me to do this." The governor heaves a sigh, growing silent as he casts his gaze over the hazy landscape. "Will our people be safe?" Amira stands, placing a hand on her father's shoulder. "Nothing is ever certain, but perhaps this is a chance to remove this burden that seems to have followed us here." The governor nods slowly. "Maybe you're right. We knew this day would come eventually. So let's each do our part. Do the things we were meant to do. This is a new chapter for us. Let's make sure our ending is a grand one." With that, Amira walks back inside, leaving the governor sitting on the cold stone bench. A grand ending indeed. At least for one of us. Pathfinder is a game of magic, mystery, intrigue, friends, enemies, tears. And here we are at episode 9 of the Campaign Notes podcast. I am Sam. I am your DM, as always, joined at this table by my lovely group of adventurers. Please introduce yourself. Beard Man.
Matthew Weber, and my face is melting like the bad guys in the Ark of the Covenant. Playing Rusam.
Ross Frady playing Kresh, and also I would like to point out that he only said tears. He did not say laughter.
Laughter!
My name is Andrew. I'm playing Ozermont, and I cannot believe they shut down Hentai Heaven.
Fuck me.
This is JP playing Cyrus, and there's not room in this game for laughter.
Yeah. Everyone, shut up!
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you made it to episode 9, we appreciate it and advise you getting help as soon as possible.
Yep.
Yes.
But we will still be here, and we will be creating this lovely podcast for your lovely ears. And while your lovely ears are listening, your fingers ain't doing no typing, which means you can go on over to iTunes, Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review if you like it. Tell us what you like about it. Mm-hmm. Shoot us a message on our website, which is campaignnotespodcast.com. There you can find our Twitter and our Instagram, which are at Campaign Notes Podcast. Is our Twitter actually at Campaign Notes Podcast?
No.
Or, yeah, it's just at Campaign Notes.
Yeah.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, well, yeah.
We're all failures.
We're good at social media, and here we are.
If you Google Campaign Notes,
You
and
won't get us.
You'll get to like the 7th page in Google, and we should start populating.
Easily the bottom of the
Consistently.
7th page.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already shown in a previous episode exactly how bad we are at hashtags and all sort of adding at people.
Also, Shaboy knows nothing about SEO, so
Yeah.
We always said, go to the website. Don't believe what you hear here.
Yeah.
Go to the website.
We're your grandfather's tabletop RPG podcast.
We're not quite that bad.
we're giving you secondhand information at best. You should just go to the website.
We're your fairly competent with a computer grandfather's tabletop podcast.
Speak for yourself.
Competent with the computer.
Silver Fox, cool granddad.
Not so competent with social media, but we're working it out. Want to, as always, give a shout out to the lovely people at Sirenscape. Thank you for letting us use your program. It's what we have whenever we do our little vignettes in the intro, as well as the different sound effects that happen throughout the episode. It's a great program, and we're super appreciative that they kind of open it up for not just us, but many podcasts to use.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, and there's a lot of there's a lot of free sound packs even when you download it. I think there's like, maybe like 5 or 6.
Yeah, but I think we've done enough. We don't need to just.
Hi, I'm Ben Looms.
And while we're at it, we here at the table want to give a very, very special thanks to our friend Scott, who has done just an amazing job helping us out. He's got some character work, I know, going on art-wise.
Yep.
And he's also the mastermind who designed our logo, which we would have been lost at sea without him, because none of us are artists.
No.
None of us
We're
are.
not,
Between the 5 of us, we have musicians, we have writers,
musicians.
we have, we can do this okay, I guess, but not a one of us. At least I'm speaking for myself. I can't draw for
no,
shit.
no visual artists. In
I
the bunch.
draw real bad.
Yeah,
Hey, if you've seen those crayon character arts on the site, I did those.
that's right.
That was the majesty of
Those are
Mr.
actually
JP Dasher.
Christmas gifts. For
Yeah,
That's true.
they are actually framed in our studio,
They are
and
beautiful.
originals.
we love them.
Our first pieces of art, yes.
For $4.99.95 a piece, we can let those go. I'll even sign them.
There we go.
And hey, one day I'll die, and they'll be worth even more. So keep that in
Will
mind.
they though?
Hey, we'll all
Yeah.
die someday, Ross.
It's like that. What they found a fucking landfill just filled with copies of the ET
Of the
video
ET
game.
Just copies on copies of
yeah,
pictures
Arizona.
of Crash.
But no, we definitely wanted to extend our thanks to Scott and
Yes.
just
He's amazing.
let him know he's very much appreciated by all of us. And so, with no further ado, I'd like to get into kind of what happened last week to y'all. As you kind of awoke in Rusam's lovely rotting bachelor ditch.
It's like a nice double wide.
Yeah.
Soon to be burned down, rotting bachelor.
Rusam is offended that you keep referring to it as rotting.
Well,
Rusam has a
Rusam-
bone to pick with the narrator.
Yeah. Well, Rusam, if you would clean the place up. I don't know why the narrator is the governor's voice, but whatever.
Prodigy is actually a lot smaller, so like the inspector, the governor, the police chief, it's all just him in various outfits.
Flame cleanses all, though.
Yeah.
I
And
still
so
want to make a canon of that oil lamp. Fucking
just burned it down.
Oh,
Burned
yeah.
it down.
Yeah, if we
Those
could just
sinners.
establish a pattern of us, just whatever, when we leave something for like any amount of time, just burn it down before we go.
That's
little
what happened
character
to
quirk. Cyrus is a
Arsonist?
serial arsonist.
Yeah, there you go.
Not true. Not true.
not canon.
I don't think.
So you all became level 2, which was very exciting. I
Yep.
know a lot of you got some useful stuff. We got some battle magic going on.
Yep. Battle magic.
I called it that on the way over here, not even like trying to be funny.
Yes.
I was like, actually, I was reading up on battle magic a little bit. Motherfucker.
It's like, Drew, do you mean battle medic?
And so we got some level ups, which was really, really exciting because we all know, having played in a bunch of different RPGs, level 1 is always kind of like that stepping stone where you're just like, okay, let's get on from
Right.
this.
Been
get
been
it.
here.
get to
Thank
the
you.
things.
Yeah, I suck. I know.
And so like it's all uphill from here
yeah.
for you guys. And after leaving the bachelor ditch, you collected your things, Cyrus. You then went to meet the governor.
Yep.
And discovered a man slowly losing his mind.
Losing it, yeah.
But you agreed to ferry Amira to the Sea's Eye, which I don't think any of you have been to. It's kind of a reclusive place and a little bit mysterious. Not a lot of people know what goes on unless they've actually trained as burners there.
There's a lot of fog that floats around it at all times.
It's foggy as
Super
hell.
foggy.
Very dangerous.
That's part of your training as an apprentice is you have to stand in a window and just cast a fog spell. Someone's behind you just like, oh yes, please. We need the fog to be denser.
Is it like the military equivalent of peeling potatoes?
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to burn
first, you got to fog.
Yeah, you have to fog.
Ah, yes, that old saying.
You have to keep the fog going for an entire day straight. That's their initiation
Oh,
ritual.
man.
How they paddle you.
Yeah, 24 hours of fog.
While they paddle you and
Thank you,
say
sir.
mean
May I have
things.
another?
And so after leaving the governor and his shell of a mental well-being,
Yes.
It'll be all right.
He jumped in a bush and yelled at y'all for a little bit.
Or he'll die in a fire. I don't know.
You
Stay out of Rusam's place.
you passed some time and then went off to the warehouse where you met with Amira, went inside and saw just a as Rusam would call it a lovely ship.
Oh yes.
And met with Barlow.
Yes.
Yeah.
After we thought we were going to have the beefcake guy.
Yeah.
I caught
No
myself
beefcake first.
saying lovely,
Lovely.
in public the other day, and I almost my brain almost just ground to a halt.
You're like shopping for neckties and Belk, just caressing them.
It's a very lovely necktie.
If anybody listening cares enough, I would like you to go back and figure out how many times we've said that fucking word.
It's the
Up to
campaign notes drinking game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do it. We are
do it.
not liable.
Actually,
Use a
here's-
low ABV beer.
Just like last
Unless
episode,
you're under
where
12.
where we asked you to respond with your favorite color of Hawaiian Punch flavor, please count
right.
the amount of times we said "lovely" and put that in your iTunes review.
Oh yeah,
or
that's a good
or
idea.
better yet, just write an iTunes review and try to fit in the word lovely as many times as you can while still making grammatical sense.
Or they could twit it
absolutely.
at us.
Twit it.
They could
You
twit
shouldn't
it.
call them twits. My goodness.
Hashtag lovely challenge. Don't do that.
That starts to sound a lot worse.
No, we're gonna have some bad hashtags one day.
I don't like this.
We start competing with all the like the makeup application channels. What is this lovely challenge and why did we not know about it before?
It's an untapped market, Sam.
There you go.
It's been tapped pretty fucking dry. But yeah, now you are standing in front of this man who is currently like sashaying back and forth in front of you.
Just
Does
dancing.
he have a Swedish love pump sitting on his desk?
No.
That's
Damn.
not his bag, baby.
I understand you guys have a mission from the governor. Yeah.
Indeed, my good man.
Yes, this is correct. Yes.
Well, as the master shipbuilder, I welcome you to my warehouse. This is your ship. Yeah.
I was gonna say I want to know how long Sam can keep that going up for.
I can keep the accent. I can't end
Yeah.
every sentence with yeah.
I did have a shop teacher who would end every sentence with the word cha. So when he was calling attendance, he'd be like, Sam, cha.
What?
Is this
Matthew, cha.
was this a tick?
I mean, I don't know.
He's a human man.
He just
Yeah.
Way to pounce on that one right away.
Everyone's favorite Amazon Prime show.
That's right.
Being
Sponsor us.
offered now on Amazon Prime.
Jeff
Thanks,
Bezos, give us
Amazon,
some
for
of that money.
If only. But yeah, that's the scene that's set out in front of
Okay.
you right now.
Yes, the governor sent us here with Amira to be shown the ship, and we've got some men here who are very capable and know their way around. And we have, like myself, I am Ozherman, and this is Kresh. We don't know the bow from the stern, I'm afraid.
Not really, no.
No worries. I'm sure Cyrus and Rusam, who I haven't met, will show you the ropes.
How did you know our names?
I'm well connected.
Or I guess like the governor probably told him. Hey,
Nope,
these are the
don't
guys
give
who
don't
go
give
get
him a good reason.
Yeah.
Rusam will
the blueprints that he was looking at speak up. I told them that you were... Never mind.
Governor, get out of here!
I'm leaving now. Goodbye.
his face paint.
He's just a member of the Blue Man Group.
There you go.
He starts beating it. Don't.
All right,
I can't speak.
clearly false. But okay, so so show us about it.
Absolutely. Let's start up by going up onto the main deck. Follow me.
Does this feel like
Yeah.
the weirdest beginning to an HGTV show that anybody else has ever been in? Nope. Okay. Kill me. Just kill me.
Move that boat.
To be
And then my
fair,
mom cries.
HGTV has some weird shows.
I mean,
do.
that's true.
Right.
We found this house in the woods. we figure we can fix it up for double its value, sell it at half, and then give half it away to an animal rescue shelter.
There is a book in the locked cellar, seemingly bound with human skin.
This time on animal skin bound book leather sellers.
All right.
Oh yeah, that old chestnut.
But yeah, you kind of climb up the ladder that leads up onto the main deck, and you can see he starts to show you. Yeah, and you can see we've got a few masts up here for extra speed. We've got different numbers of sails hanging down. It's groovy.
Did you personally design this one, or was this a subcontracted gig?
This one's all me, baby. Yeah.
I don't think he's much of a salesman.
I've never seen a crushed blue velvet robe before.
Oh, sorry. And he takes it off, and he's just standing there in his trousers now.
And a dickie.
We have total control over this world that we are in. Yes, Barlow, I noticed it doesn't seem to have any weaponry on board.
That's why we've got you, am I right?
Oh, it seems we're going to be truly doomed then.
Yeah.
Is she fast at least?
I haven't assigned her agenda. That's not for me to decide.
Okay.
Is the vessel swift?
Fast as ball sacks, baby. Yeah.
All right.
How many martinis has Barlow had today?
Say,
It's a tough day.
It's
It's already like
invaded.
He's having to give away a very, very well-built ship.
it's already what noon, so he's probably like 6.
I'm drinking away my depression. I should see a licensed therapist instead.
That's not how that works.
But yeah, he kind of shows you about. You can see there are your general kind of setup of sails upon the three masts, and as you saw when you came in, there's a captain's quarters that is situated kind of underneath the. I know they call it the poop deck in like funny shows, but like
the main deck, top deck.
no, the aft, the stern of the ship,
The one
where-
up there, like where the wheel is.
yeah,
I believe it's called the butt.
yeah, the butt of the ship,
Butt of
where,
the ship.
where the wheel is.
Ship ass.
shit booty.
Think about any sailing show or movie you've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, where the captain's cabin
Imagine
is.
that. Yeah.
How
Gotcha.
big of a boat is it? Like,
you
give me
would-
some footage here.
You would think it's about 100-foot long, maybe like 40-foot across.
Okay.
Like it's decent
big guy,
size.
yeah.
And he starts to show you like that's the captain's quarters, but down below decks we've got individual quarters for at least 4 crewmen.
Oh wow.
And the rest
crazy.
can sleep in the barracks.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah, that's very nice.
I'm flabbergasted by
And
the
it-
sheer number.
Even below that is cargo, where we keep all things such as rope, explosives, more rope. Yeah!
Sweet.
I've learned everything
Extra
I could possibly
wood.
know about this ship. Yeah.
Nails, hammers.
And you said previously that it was going to be like totally stocked. Like it's got.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got
Provisions and
yeah,
stuff.
You've got
provisions
kind
for
of
the journey.
Barrels
cool.
full of salted fish that's been kind of jerkyized. You've got obviously multiple barrels that are full of just water,
Rum.
non-salt water. You've got some tequila.
That prime Grazia tequila.
Razia got that tequila.
Yeah, from Pradzia's tequila distilleries. So it's just straight moonshine.
Man, why didn't we visit those while
We're
we were
expanding the universe. I like
Massive deserty agave fields as
Yeah.
far as the eye can see.
Hey, that's like that dwarf island, though, isn't it?
here? I don't know. We haven't been there yet.
Oh, well, okay, well.
What?
Spoilers. Wow. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
So Barlow, as you might have guessed at this point, we are in a bit of a hurry. I hear something's supposed to happen fairly soon, an invasion.
Why do you think I've been letting loose? I've only probably got a few hours to live.
Is there anything you would recommend that we do before we can make all haste? away from
Prayers to your
Pratia?
God of choice, baby.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I like this guy's attitude.
But really, All this ship needs is a name.
Oh no!
Oh God, what was that thing we were supposed to do in the no DM chat?
I told you.
Did you? You did.
Yeah.
Oh
You did.
my
And
god!
I
we
forgot to do the
goodness.
homework. I was busy working on the website.
Oh, I don't.
So you have come unprepared as usual.
Yes.
As usual.
I think I genuinely did miss that in the chat somewhere.
But the ship needs a name.
yes.
It does.
And we've thought about it, and we don't have a name, but we're going to come up with one right now. It's very simple. It's a verb and a noun. It's an action and a noun.
A somethinging something.
Yeah, something something. It's exceedingly easy to come up with a ship name.
45 minutes of terrible ship names later.
Okay, so Ozramon is going to walk up to Barlow and tell him, we have decided a name for the ship.
Oh, that's brilliant! I feel like I've been waiting for ages.
Yes, well, in times like this, I get that feeling too as well. Anyways, in the interest of brevity, we have decided to name the ship the Swift Action.
A fine name for a fine vessel.
Do you get it?
I can't say I do, but if you're happy with it, I'm happy with it.
I am satisfied with that boat name for now. I think that will be just fine.
I'm also half in the bag, baby. Yeah.
I saw you drinking from your flask, yes.
At this point, I think he's had like a gallon of liquor.
Let's say.
He's actually not even facing me. He's talking like if I'm north, he's facing west right now, saying all this.
Vomit down the side of the new ship.
I
Yes.
metabolize very quickly.
He has drank the entire flask, gone back, refilled it at
right.
least 3 times.
Yeah.
Come back. Here
He's,
we go.
he's an alchemist. He's just making more booze. But yes, I believe we have decided on the Swift Action.
A fine name. And I would say, in keeping with the name you've decided, it's time for you boys to leave.
Yes, it's to kick the tires and light the fires, I believe.
Thank you, Barlow. We really appreciate everything you've done. Stay safe.
I forgot Amira was with us for a second. I was like, Sam, what are you doing?
I'm tired of how this is going. I'm taking control of one of your characters.
Yeah. So Ozramon's going to turn to everyone else and just kind of shrug like, all right, game time.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
I can't wait.
Oh, yeah. Amira, you're also here.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh God.
Hello.
All right, well, yes, here we go. And then Ozramon holds his arms out to make like links with everyone with their arms so we can all walk down to the boat
Wizard of
together.
Oz style.
Exactly. Yellow Brick Road stuff.
All right. So, y'all climb up on the boat, take your positions, and let's do this. Where's everybody going?
Oh God.
Yeah, Rusam's going to go up into the rigging because that's what he was
Let's say,
doing.
are we gonna copy essentially what we did before?
I mean, I have the
It worked.
Yeah,
It did work.
I
It
have
was
like
efficient.
If
We-
perception is the crow's nest, I have
Yeah.
the best perception.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
okay
do
with
that.
being
And
up there.
then, Cyrus is just kind of like walking the deck, doing whatever needs to be done.
Cyrus was actually extremely effective. What you did during the Apprentice Festival worked
So,
out very
I'm
well.
the guns.
Yeah.
Rusam is going to go up to Ozramon and pull a spyglass out of his backpack.
Ooh.
My friend, I acquired this for you, and I believe it will serve you well in the crow's nest.
Yes, we have these in Osirion as well, and he holds it up the opposite way and looks at Rusam with the big end in his eye and the little end pointing at him.
You have it backwards.
yes, yeah.
You'll
Oh,
figure it out.
Yes, of course, a little bit of
Yes, it's-
sea humor.
It's fine. Don't drop it, please.
I will protect it, and thank you very much, Rusam. That is a wonderful gift.
And then Rusam will start stowing like his weapons and things kind of around the main mast.
Okay.
And then wander off to his cabin to put stuff. I mean, I'm assuming we all have individual cabins.
You do.
Yeah. And put the rest of his stuff away.
Coincidentally, there are 4 individual cabins.
That's what I recall.
Crazy.
Just making
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, how convenient.
Originally built so that the first, second, third mate and the bosun could have their own cabins.
That's a much better reason.
Yeah.
I thought Sam just molded the world around our specific needs, but you know what? That's cool too.
I'm
And
going
then,
to regret asking this possibly, but are all the rooms the same?
Yeah. I mean, pretty much.
The captain,
Why?
the
What do
captain's quarters would be the only one that's not. The,
Well, yeah,
the,
of
the other
course.
4
Of
quarters are
course.
actually going to be very cramped.
Okay, then.
I feel like, in the interest of keeping secret, I will stow away in the captain's quarters. That way, in case anyone knows what I look like and they're on the lookout for any members of the governor's family, I won't be seen. And then someone just knock on the door when it's safe, and I'll come out.
We should establish a secret knock first, I believe.
Okay.
So, here's how it's going to be. Like this, but not clapping, but knocking. Okay, are you ready?
Let's go.
Okay, yes, let's go. I think it's a good time to leave.
Yes,
Oh,
let's
no, that's-
drop
that's-
sail, raise anchor.
It is an old Prodsian.
We go. We leave right now.
A little Prodsian song.
Hey, you heard the lady. Let's do this.
Immediately.
Our youth football team. They do the...
Pull 63 times if you're drowning. I pull
thought-
64 times.
Yeah, exactly.
If you found the treasure.
I thought Prodsian was more of a water polo than...
Well, we enjoy all youth intramural sports.
That is good. Good to know. It's a shame to be leaving such a wretched place so quickly. Gentlemen and ladies, shall we?
Well, I like it. Anyway, I'll be in the captain's cabin. Don't worry about it. I picked it just to stow away. I am going to put my things in there, but just like for now.
Okay.
Okay. Slam.
Okay, sketchball.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, and Ozermon's gonna, if we're ready to, like, shag ass, then Ozermon's gonna assume his position in the crow's nest.
Let us shag some ass.
Yeah, it doesn't mean what you think it sounds like.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
You've really connected with Barlow on a spiritual level.
Oh, Barlow, I will miss you most of all, I think.
Suddenly he jumps on the ship.
I'm coming with you. No.
And then I pull out my
Don't
crossbow
leave
and shoot him in the face.
If Sam had to do this fucking accent for
Exactly.
every episode.
That's a very wonderful temporary NPC voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We see a crossbow bolt pierce his neck as we sail away.
I'm dying. Yeah. No.
Yeah, so it's
Time to set
underway.
sail. All right.
Away we go.
The swift action begins to move slowly out of the port through the large gates of the warehouse, which are swung open by Barlow's assistant, the large man you saw in the last episode. And before you sits open seas, only clouded slightly by a dense fog and a light rain which falls from the clouds above. As
Sweet.
Interesting place for that rain to come from.
My
It's called
God.
Orthodox Rain.
as the ship leaves, you hear a brief crash.
They don't shave.
You hear the brief crashing of glass, and you turn around to see that Barlow has hurled a full glass of wine towards the back of the ship. And you hear, as he fades into the distance, I wish you a good journey, baby! Yeah! Before an arrow emerges from his back.
Yeah.
Swords are drawn, knives are out, blood everywhere.
Cool. Now, does that actually happen?
Yeah,
No.
for real.
Oh.
No, nothing so exciting.
It's the wrong,
He's just
it's the
waiting
wrong
way
game
too
system
long.
for that to
Yeah.
happen.
I was going to say a chest burster from Alien just pops out of him.
But behind you just see the shaggy-haired Barlow waving a hand, and as you slowly emerge from the warehouse's gates, you see on one of the piers, which is beside this warehouse, the governor, having removed his trench coat and newspaper that he was using to spy on you, stands on the end of the pier, and he raises a hand
Ah, yes.
in farewell to his daughter.
Who can't see him at all because she's locked herself in the captain's room.
Ozermon waves back.
Yeah,
though.
Rusam is going to return
Up in the
Jessica
crow's
from
nest. Yeah, he
his
also
position in the ring.
Yeah, he returns it.
Sorry, so kind of awkwardly return the wave too. Like, I don't know who he's waving to.
And as the ship begins to sail out of the peninsula you find yourself in, you see emerging multiple different green portals
Oh, shit.
Called it.
of swirling magic.
Too much.
Oh, Jesus.
And slowly from these, you see ships just coming towards Prodsia.
Kind of ships.
These are pretty much uniformly ships that have been blackened as though they were all lit on fire. Each one bearing a flag depicting a ship against a background of green fire. And as you sail, you begin to cross these ships, and you see the one leading has a man stood up on the bow of his ship, wearing a captain's coat, captain's shoes, captain's hat. He has a captain's eye patch.
Is he the captain?
No. First mate. Calling it.
Both.
He's
Cook, ship's cook.
the deck swabber.
Yeah.
And he raises his captain's socks, removes his hat, regards you, and gives a slight bow, extending his hat towards you, and raises a hand.
Ozermon's not gonna. I mean, he's not gonna really return that favor. He's actually kind of awestruck at the sight that he just witnessed. So
Absolutely.
Yeah, Rusam would be a little struck stupid by this as well.
Cyrus sort of slowly returns the wave as well. Everyone is certainly very
I think-
friendly today.
I think Kresh is just struggling to make sure that this ship doesn't just fly into rocks trying to get out of a peninsula, because it's only the second time he's ever handled a ship before.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, just if you
this one is considerably larger.
if you think about the general sight of all these portals opening up and these ships barreling out. Yeah, I mean, Ozermon is just kind of like stupefied right now.
Yeah.
Like I figured they were coming, but I didn't know they were going to use portals. That's kind of
I do applaud them for the consistency in their branding.
that's true. Yeah,
They have green
They're
portals, green
staying
fire.
on brand. Yeah.
I bet all of their social media handles match up and are the same.
Burnt ships, burning sea.
Yeah.
It works, man.
Burning ship logo on their flag. They're really sticking to it.
very neat.
So as you begin to emerge from where the peninsulas are out into the open sea, you can just see there's still just ships pouring through these portals that have opened up at the southern end of Pratia, just making their way towards the port. And as you go, you start to hear cannon fire, gunfire going off. You start to hear the sizzle of magic as it is cast against the rain and the wind.
That's a fire. That's a spicy fireball.
And the last thing you see, which Ozermon, you see this from the crow's nest, which catches your eye. Mm-hmm. You see a separate portal open up behind these portals that are just streaming these ships into Pratia. Mm-hmm. And emerging from it, you see what looks like just a gigantic moving mass of just burnt and ashen driftwood.
Ozermon's going to call down to everyone else and just say, behind the fleet of ships, there's some sort of, I don't know what I would call it, the magical abomination, essentially.
Roll perception.
You know what? That's an 8.
What does the spyglass give him?
So the spyglass lets you see things 8 times further away than normal, and it also adds a +1 bonus to your perception checks to notice details at a distance.
Okay, so that would be a 9 then.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Not great.
you can make out the just kind of general shape of a crew moving around the ship, as well as the person standing beside the helmsman who's currently operating the wheel of this just abomination, this cracked and just, it's just an amalgamation of what looks like just driftwood and just, you can see just multiple ships, figureheads are just attached seemingly at random across the whole of this ship.
Is it even in like the general shape of a boat, or is it just a floating?
It is, the more you look at it, the more you can see the kind of the boatness of it. Mm-hmm. But on first glance, it looks like just a floating mountain of wreckage.
It's like
Barge of Garbo.
It's like a Valhazak from Monster Hunter in ship form.
So would Rusam be able to do like a lore check for? I've just got blank lore labor or something like that.
You're not
I was gonna
able to see basically as,
Okay.
because the only one who can get a good look is Ozermon.
And I didn't roll well.
Because
you rolled
pretty
like a
much
bad
from
The dice decide.
Well, yeah, but I'm assuming if he screams down at us.
so from the deck of the ship, all you can see is just these raised pieces of wood,
Gotcha.
just kind of emerging up, concealing the actual deck of this ship.
Gotcha.
Ozramon, though, you see standing beside the helmsman is a woman. And you see her kind of look northward towards where these ships are going in towards Prodzia.
Uh-huh.
And she, you see her turn to her helmsman and issue an order. And the ship cuts south and begins heading south into the east. Moving at a pace you would not have thought practical for a ship that size, and especially that looks that just cobbled together almost.
Yeah, unnaturally quick for its appearances.
They
Would Cyrus be able to do like an Arcana check to see if that's like burner magic that's making it so fast?
no,
Okay, well, fuck it.
because once again, the only person who
Like I
can
said, yeah, I'm up there, and
He called out though.
no, but like you can see it and you can see it start to move, but your vision of what's actually going on is completely obscured, and it's too far away to really be able to tell. So you see them start to go off in the opposite direction. And
so not toward us, but kind
Not
of
towards
branching
you.
off. Okay.
And the portal behind them just kind of slowly comes in on itself and forms a point and disappears into the ocean.
Let's just sail casual.
Yeah, I don't. Ozramon does not want to go anywhere near that. I mean, we are still level 2 right now, and
Crest jumps off our ship onto that ship and immediately assaults everybody.
That one sounds way cooler.
Man overboard!
Yeah, I mean, Ozramon might tell them about that later, but if they're going the opposite way, we're just
Yeah.
trying to get the hell out of there. So
Rusam's busy in the rigging, lowering sails,
Yeah.
unfurling sails.
Yeah.
yeah, Ozramon's gonna call down and say unfurl all the sails and crash full speed ahead,
Full speed.
away from all this terrible business.
I was gonna say, Is full speed ahead actually a good idea at this point? I have no idea where these portals are.
They're all behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going like
At this,
We're just bailing, yeah.
At this point, they are all north of you because you're leaving, heading south.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, you just kind of you leave the noise and the destruction behind as you see Prodzia kind of fading.
just catch on fire.
Whole thing sinks. It's
It's just a
crazy.
fucking mushroom cloud in the background.
as it fades into your rearview mirror.
Well, I guess we won't be back there for a while.
Yeah, Rusam will scream.
Y'all are the ones that said fire and mushroom clouds. I did not say that.
As I say, I think the fact that we got out of there peaceably indicates that they're true to their word to a degree. In that we didn't
they're
attack
at
them,
least-
and so they just kind of let us leave.
Well, you
They're
saw
at
a
least
man who
lawful
looked
evil.
very captainly.
yeah.
It was a very captainly
And it's
man.
also, we have to keep in mind that we have Amira with us. Our task is to get her safely to the sea's eyes. So as tempting as it is to be like, you know what, go over towards that weird magical abomination.
let's see what's going on over
And,
I want to know what that is.
Yeah, Cyrus, start debuffing them. See what happens.
See, here's what we do. We go over to the weird magical abomination and we join the burning sea. And then we just shift the adventure
Could
entirely.
you imagine Sam's
evil
for next
adventure.
episode? Yeah.
Actually, we don't know that they're wrong yet.
I mean, I'm
might
not,
not be.
I'm not saying they're right or wrong.
They're pretty creepy.
I just want to completely fuck Sam's ideas for the rest of the
Just
story.
take it off, yeah. Crazy Train style. But yeah, I mean, we have our objective. So as distracting as that is, Ozramon is focused on just moving forward and getting to the sea's eye.
Did I can't recall in a previous session. Were we told like generally where the sea's eye is this time of year or
No.
anything, or we don't have any way of?
We're just kind of sorting it out.
So we should probably ask Amira. Like so.
Yeah.
We would have a ley line map.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep. And once
Might be
we
able to point us in the right direction.
I
though.
said that very confidently, and then you nodded and
Yeah.
made me very happy.
We would have a ley line
we
map.
have a
No,
map.
you don't.
we were supplied.
It makes sense.
They
Yeah,
would
they're-
have like.
Well,
of course
enjoy
they'd
the
give us all
ship.
charts.
No maps, no charts.
You forgot to buy a map before
yeah.
you left
Figure
town.
it out,
the
motherfucker.
guy who steered a boat once before walks up to the wheel and he's just like, yeah, whatever. Where's the throttle on this?
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Where's my
You're not a
fucking
true
handbrake
sailor
at?
unless you make your
This thing
charts,
go a wheelie.
so.
How do I Tokyo drift in this?
And I never found it particularly interesting from a DM or a player's perspective to have it be, oh, you didn't go to the map shop? before you went on this adventure?
fool!
Hope your cartography skills
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Especially in
Get
this,
to it, Lewis and Clark.
in this format where it's hour-long chunks. No.
Yeah. Okay, so
Rusam is going to call up to Ozerman. Are we clear ahead, my friend?
yes, clear seas ahead, as far as I can see.
Well, let's see what she can do. And he'll lower the last sail so we get full speed.
Ozerman falls out of the crow's nest.
I'm imagining comedic moments of Ozerman falling out of the crow's nest and Kresh just like grabbing onto the wheel and like holding
white
for
knuckling,
dear life.
yeah.
You're not doing 10 and 2, you're doing like,
The nose just fucking lifts out of the water.
All right,
Get
so
a
just
rooster tail in the
4 and
back.
7.
let me roll for about 45 feet of falling damage.
No, it's a joke. he clumsily goes down the like the lattice rope work, you know, that you see, as if Andrew Nicholson himself were crawling down.
Okay.
And then Rusam goes and does the Titanic off the bow.
A shark jumps up and bites
Amira
him.
is holding Rusam though.
Yes.
I think
It's good to be a little spoon sometimes.
Cyrus will probably head to the captain's quarters to consult with Amira.
Okay.
Take a look at these charts.
Don't forget the secret knock.
And she knocks back and says, "Let's go."
I don't think you have to return the knock. We know it's you in there.
No, I just wanted to knock the "Let's go." It's kind of the most fun part of it.
It is the punchline. So
I know I should have done turning Japanese.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. You hear a as the door slowly swings open on rusted hinges.
Ooh, there we go.
Rested the brand new.
yeah,
Yeah, but in just makes it
Everything
better
is
mentally.
rusted.
Yeah, everything is.
Standing before you, you see Amira standing before you.
Yeah, there's no descriptive there.
Hello.
what ho there.
What did you call me?
What? Ho?
Anyway, so
Hose? Where?
we understand.
I've been
that-
sheltered for a long time.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you.
You truly do.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm offending you. Cyrus?
He died. He had a stroke. He's dead.
Rusam, Cyrus is dead.
His left blood, eye filled with blood, and that was it.
Yeah.
Rusam wraps him in an oilcloth and throws him overboard in like record time. Burial at sea.
Yeah.
You look like you have experience with that oilcloth. Have you wrapped up any books or stolen manuscripts? No. Continue your RP, Cyrus. Sorry.
Christ. I lost it.
It's gone now.
I lost my butter.
Have we made it out?
So we seem to be past the immediate danger. Could you be of any help to us finding exactly where the Seaseye is right now?
Absolutely. The Seaseye, as you know, as a shipbuilder and a longtime resident, moves along the ley lines depending on the time of year it is and the season. As we are in the winter season, it is currently, it should be somewhere around the southwestern end of the ley lines. And so, honestly, it's a large structure. Once we start sailing that direction, we should be able to come upon it pretty easily. Just kind of, I believe that's towards such places as Waylay. Just if we start moving west, southwest, we should be okay.
Yes, over towards Waylay. I've always wanted to see that giant ship.
If I'm honest, I have too. But I've lived a sheltered life, not being able to leave Prodzia, and now I'm ready to make my way on a grand adventure.
Well,
She's going to be the first one to die.
We can,
that's a,
emerges from her heart.
it's a very optimistic view of our immediate future that you have.
Much like my father, I like to keep optimism when all things around me seem to be crumbling into ash.
Yes, your father was very good at that.
So Rusam walks in behind.
yeah.
He's screaming from the.
He's carrying a barrel by. Yeah, it's really good.
So good at keeping it together.
But it should only be maybe 2 days sailing in that direction, and we should be able to arrive. Hopefully, they won't have any issue. I'm sure if Orson's there, he'd be happy to speak with all of us.
All right. Well, then, I guess make yourself useful around the boat. I'll tell the others.
Okay, maybe dial it back a bit on the attitude, Cyrus.
She is in the captain's
If you
quarters.
would notice.
But we haven't established a hierarchy yet.
Oh, when you look in, she's got her sheets like neatly made on the captain's bed. There's a
Very presumptuous.
It's like that jerk that jumps into, like, you get a house somewhere, like at the beach, and there's always that one guy that just sprints into, like, the king.
the master,
The king bedroom. I call this one.
It's like, oh no, I'm sorry. Did you find this place and put your credit card?
I
on
paid the
the
deposit. That would be my room,
That'd be
sir.
my room.
Yeah, I mean he's a bosun at heart.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Than his
If you
career,
wanted the
so.
captain's quarters,
Oh, I'm
you're
not fit
you're
for
actually-
leadership. I just
I mean, I
keep the
agree
peons
with
in
that,
line.
but at the same time,
Ouch.
we can do rock paper scissors for it.
I don't care about the room. I just
Okay, good. Slam.
no
now,
it's for free. man.
where are we?
Unpleasant family.
What needs to happen? I'm ready to help.
Just muttering along.
Well, that's the-
Yeah, I was going to say, I like that, the trail off.
Oh, look, fish.
Well, you know this Orson?
I met him once when I was very young. That was before he went to live at the Seaside. He used to live at Prodzia after my father and my grandfather settled down from their sailing days.
Well, is there anything you can tell us about him that might help us out? We've got a 2 days journey, it sounds like, so...
From my memory, he was a very smart man. I remember that my father spoke very highly of him. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm sure Cyrus would be interested in this, he's actually a fair magic user in his own right. I know when I was first getting started, he actually was able to instruct me in a few lessons before I kind of started studying on my own and before he moved away from Prodzia. But
And you believe that he will be able to help us or help you and your family with what is happening in Prodzia in some way? The governors seem to think so.
I think so, especially just his knowledge of history, and especially the Burning Sea has been such an omen over my family that if there's a way to make sure that Prodzia stays safe, he would be the one to know, or at least to advise the best course of action in this situation.
Yeah, Ozerman is going to... I mean, I'm assuming we're all kind of in the same area if we're out in calm seas and it's not we don't have to have everyone manning their particular station. If Kresh and Rusam and Cyrus are around too, Ozerman's going to ask, gentlemen, what do we do now?
Well, it seems we have a couple of days' voyage ahead of us to reach Waylay.
Yes.
To reach Waylay.
No.
Or Seaside.
The Seaside, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
I don't want to go to Waylay yet.
Shut up, Amira. We're going to Waylay. It sounds cool.
Yeah. Sorry, got confused. It's over near Waylay right now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes, we have some time on our hands.
till we reach the sea's eye.
Dope.
Vela,
Word.
all speed ahead. Should anyone bring any cards?
Ozerman is going to bust out his fishing equipment.
Oh.
And just like Andrew Nicholson would want to do in this situation,
Yep.
he's going to walk down to the butt of the ship, or bow, stern,
Stern.
aft.
Stern.
You're walking aft towards the stern.
Yeah, whatever. I'm going to go fishing. Okay. And I don't know if there would be some sort of if I could roll, or there'd be some sort of mechanical benefit if I catch a bonita fish, or maybe some tasty fish.
Do you have
fresh
the fishing skill?
food.
It's not a
yes.
thing.
Yeah, no, it says right here. I wrote it in myself. Fishing +7.
I feel like you're lying.
I actually I don't know how you
No hero points.
Ah! I don't know how you would categorize that one, but yeah, if they're, I would like to at least try my hand. Ozermon's kind of interested in this seafaring life, and fishing seems to be a component of that. So,
So, as someone who has no experience fishing,
Yes.
you pull out a fishing rod and go off to the stern of the ship and just put the line on the water.
okay, you know what? Actually, we'll do this the slow burn way. Ozermon is going to go work on his knots, his fish tying knots.
Slow burn.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have like a book that tells you how to do that, or
YouTube. 5G.
Gotcha.
5G, homie.
when you're on the ship, it's called crew tube?
Yeah. Actually, well, yeah.
Yeah, the closest thing I can think of would be survival.
Yeah.
You've got survive in the wild, and that's like foraging and maintaining
Okay.
shelter.
I have a +1 survival.
Okay.
So we can do this either way. I can go fishing, or I can go. We can turn around and go back to Prodsy, and I can see if I can find a fishing book somewhere.
That's what we're gonna do right now. We can turn right the fuck back
Yeah,
around.
hard starboard.
So, Rusam also brought fishing gear, and so he and sees you fishing, and he'll go grab his gear as well and
A
come.
fisherman can always spot another fisherman from far away.
and just come kind of join you in polite, silent company on the back.
Okay.
on the back of the ship.
Kresh is going to lean nonchalantly on the wheel to keep it straight, and then every time you catch a really tiny fish, cackle wildly at you.
Okay, that's fine. I would think maybe Rusam would know a thing or two, if shipbuilder and living in Prodzia.
Well, my survival's +2, so I got one up on you.
Yeah, you are one better than me at this thing we're trying to do.
Cyrus actually has a +3. But
Oh shit!
he
What's
doesn't
with
have
you and
fishing
your
pole,
survival?
So he's actually
He's more of a John Rambo type.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
he'll just drink blood out of a cow's neck or something.
Yeah,
But
eating bobcats in the mountains.
he's actually going to go below decks. And like as he goes down, he's someone send for me if I'm needed. Otherwise, I'll be in my room.
Will do. Which room did you take?
The I don't know, the second on the left when you go down.
Okay.
Figured it out.
The good one, the nicest one I see
Yep.
down there.
They are, I should say, labeled first mate, second mate, third mate, bosun.
He took the bosun's room just out of habit.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Reflexive behavior.
And he's going to go down there and bust out his writing set and start set about writing some spells down on
Cool.
scrolls for later.
Absolutely. All right. So Kresh is leaning on the wheel. Y'all are fishing. Amir is gonna come in and join you, as there's not much else kind of going on, and she, in spite of kind of these circumstances, seems kind of invigorated by just being on the open ocean.
Sure.
In
Not
a,
being
in a
cooped
ship.
up in a
Yeah, and
governor's mansion.
well, and she was, and you know this, Rusam, because she talked to you about it. She was never really like cooped up. She would do things around Prodzia, but as she told you, she was always interested in actually sailing, not just reading about people sailing. And so now you have, she has the chance to do that, even if it is in these kind of negative circumstances.
Can we pretend that she has a horrible proclivity towards seasickness?
Just vomiting everywhere.
I'm so sorry. This
Very
is
poor.
this is not.
Fun fact about Andrew: the first time I was on a large boat and it set out from the port, everyone around me told me that I went even wider than I already am.
Oh.
Like every pigment of color just drained out of my face, and I almost fell over, but I was fine after that.
That is a fun fact.
It
Fun
is.
fact.
Then I lost $200 at the casino on the boat.
Oh, you on the gambling boat?
Yeah, the gambling cruise. Yeah, go out into federal waters, baby.
So yeah, y'all
International
are
waters.
sailing. and-
International Federal would be the
No,
opposite.
it's layers. Federal waters
no shit.
and
Oh.
then international. Yeah.
All right.
Learn y'all
I'll be
motherfuckers.
kippered. Whoops, learned a new thing today.
You are now in the international
Hold your
waters
emails.
south of Prodzia, and you're fishing in silence.
Can I do some sort of roll
Good
Cool.
listening.
to a fishing roll, a Zelda type roll? Isn't there fishing in those games?
Yeah, you can do a fishing roll.
So survival.
Yeah,
16.
Brusam.
Oh, 9.
All right, so yeah, you are kind of just both dragging your strings into the water. You feel a tug on the end of it, and
Ooh.
and Brusam, you see like you've caught this little
Bait fish.
little we'll call it a bass.
Little sunfish.
Yeah,
Little baby bass.
and
Prodigy sea bass.
but
My, that'll feed us for a week.
Oh, yeah, Krish said he was going to be up there talking shit the whole time.
and then beside you, Ozramon pulls in a bass that is about like twice the size of it.
That'll actually feed us for a week.
Is Crush up here just like sitting on a barrel of rum?
I am.
He's leaning on the
I am
wheel.
leaning on the wheel, keeping that shit straight
he's-
and
yeah.
talking smack.
Disappointed father.
Wah, wah.
That's
I
what
thought
the,
this was familiar.
that's what the game is here.
Ooh, I power coughed on that one.
And then Amir pulls up a Leviathan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Initiative, please.
Yeah,
She doesn't even have fishing tackle. That's
Plus-
amazing.
I
That's
have a
incredible.
plus 57
she's
survival.
using her magic.
So, yeah, I've caught a fish.
Yeah, Rusan practiced catch and release, so he say you go, my friend. And
Ozramon bites the
today.
fish's head off. And, oh, it's delicious.
It just
No, I'm just kidding.
the guts flow all over your kafia.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say, suddenly you have a very red mummy rat.
Yeah, I mean, he knows nothing about fishing, so he, without skipping a beat, he sees Rusam throw the fish back at his good fish. He throws back also.
Well, there went those.
I was doing.
Suppose we'll
What
just have to
Rusam?
eat the salted ones in the bottom of
You-
the boat.
You keep the larger ones. I was releasing the baby.
Oh,
We
Mummy
really
see,
should have
mummy
gotten
do.
you a
Yeah.
book before we left.
I apologize. Was that the good fish that I caught? I should have
That was
kept
a
it.
pretty good fish.
People need to stay back here a while longer so we can find dinner.
Okay. Well, yes. Back to it then. And
Ozramon, if it's not prying, the sun's out. It's a lovely day. Why do you stay wrapped up? Why not let the sun get on the skin and
Ozramon's actually going to put his tackle down and turn very deliberately to Amira and say,
I'm just curious. I've never seen someone who dresses in the same way. But to be fair, I've never been to Osirion.
"Yes,
What's it like there?
yes. Well, where I come from, the sun is a brutal foe. I don't know if that is how it would be here in Pradzia, but where I come from, this kafir wrap, it isn't just something to protect me from the sun. It is, as you can see here, decorated with the emblems of my deity and the church that I follow, and it means a great deal to me.
It's beautiful.
Yes, and though it may seem odd at times, this is very much a part of me. And I don't take your question as being rude.
Oh, don't worry. It wasn't.
Before you interjected, before Ozramon was about to tear door, just be like, why don't you mind your own fucking business, lady? But, Ozramon is obviously hesitant to,
Yeah.
at least to Amira, to kind of talk too much about that sort of thing. He really doesn't know her at all. I mean, he basically met her for the first time at Barlow's.
Yeah.
So he's kind of curt with her and polite, but he's not willing to really get it too much into that information.
Well, I'd like to visit Osirion one day.
Yes, it is a very beautiful place, and maybe one day we would be able to go there. I would like that very much.
Let's ease it back a bit, Chief.
Okay, well, you know what? I was rude and I felt bad, and then I was polite, and you made me feel bad for that. So, back to Pradzia you go. Hard starboard.
I was going to say just one arm chucks her over
Yeah.
the railing.
Just because you have a lovely kafia doesn't mean I want to jump your bones.
Okay. All right. I apologize if that seemed a little too forward.
I'm kidding.
Yes, me too. Ha 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 ha. This is Rusam is just without blinking, just staring out to the horizon like, dear God.
This is how I die.
Yeah,
This is the end.
this is my life now. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Ozramon's going to keep doing his fishing thing. I don't know. He's
Cool.
yeah.
So yeah, as you fish, you don't get anything like super good. Essentially, you don't catch anything that is noteworthy, as you are still pretty much just a new fisherman.
Yeah.
Learning this for the first time, and Rusam's kind of showing you a little bit of some tips and tricks, and Amir's just kind of enjoying kind of watching it take shape and enjoying the kind of learning that is happening. And at the very end, you catch a lovely fish that is lovely.
Ooh.
And its loveliness is only measured in its lovely scales.
It's got 3 heads and it's writhing in agony with clearly some sort of abomination. Yeah.
So as this is
Cyrus's half brother.
Yeah.
as this is happening, the sun begins to kind of fade on the horizon, and you can just kind of see it's starting to get a little bit chilly as it gets dark. As you know, outside of Prodsy, outside of kind of the dwellings you're used to, it's cold. It's legitimately like it's the colder season, and you can kind of feel it start to get to you. Amir puts on a little bit of an overcoat, but still stays out on the deck because it basically appears like she doesn't want to miss just a second of kind of what's going on.
She's sort of awestruck by the whole thing.
Yeah. But as the sun begins to set and the moon begins to rise, you can kind of see the sea become darker around you as the sunlight's no longer reflecting, and it turns to night. Day turns to night, and what do y'all want to do?
I think Rusam would probably be in the crow's nest meditating, since there's no point in having a lookout, so it's empty. So he's just going to go up there and
That's
just
very cool.
kind of monk out.
So I figure Crash is going to kind of chill and for a while, and then just eventually going to be like, "So who is going to stay up here while I go to bed? Just a minute. I just make sure nothing turns funny or hits a rock or
I will.
iceberg."
I can keep an eye on the wheel for you.
Okay, thank you very much.
What do I do? Just stand there?
Just
look
make
at
sure
it?
it doesn't turn funny.
Okay. deal.
We'd set a watch. If we were good boys, we'd have a bell.
And be sure if anyone catches anything that isn't like up to snuff, you say something snide about it.
Gotcha.
But for the most part,
Please make sure that if somebody catches a really shitty fish, you tell them it's a really shitty fish.
Okay, deal.
for the most part, you could just tie the wheel off, and you'd have to take heading every now and then.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Yeah, Ozramon he'll work first night shift on the
It's
on
just
the wheel.
making sure that everybody can get sleep.
Yeah.
I guess. And Cyrus has basically been unseen. He may have like popped out of his cabin to grab some salted beef or something for dinner, but he's scribbling away in there, even by lamplight.
Yes, I mean Cyrus seems kind of like a little bit of a loner, so I'm sure after
He's like a bookish type.
being crammed in with like everyone else for so long, he's probably ready for a little bit of elbow
This is
room.
probably literally the only time he's had just Cyrus time in almost a week.
Oh yeah,
So
much overdue.
yeah, he's pretty much cloistered away right now.
All right, so Rusam's meditating. Kresh kind of gives the helm over to Ozramon. Cyrus, you are enjoying your you time.
Making scrolls.
And yeah, you just kind of eventually Amira goes to the cabin to kind of settle down for the night, and Ozramon, you're just kind of left at the helm. All right, so as you stand at the helm, and Rusam, how deep is your meditation?
I mean, if somebody hollers at him, he'd hear it. You know,
That's not my question. Are you basically in a like trance state, or are you aware of kind of what's going on? And
yeah, I don't think he'd let himself get into a trance state.
heard. Okay. So I want Ozramon and Rusam to roll perception checks.
Ooh. Going with a different dice now.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Double 20s, baby.
If I can high five you across this table.
Hey, you're both
Wasted.
using the blue with.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, our weighted dice trick finally worked. Trevor. We did it.
I really hope this is the most relevant perception check ever.
You see
So,
fish leaping in the water.
You see a
There's a
boot.
seagull.
While you are meditating in the crow's nest and standing at the helm, you start to hear just a. And it sounds like things are impacting the bottom of the ship. And they start to get louder.
Ozramon is going to cast the cantrip
magic.
message
Okay?
down to Cyrus and say, "My friend, did you hear that?" Which I don't know how message hits with if someone's
I've got to be able
sleeping or-
to see you to
return the message.
Return,
To return it,
the message.
to the okay.
Cyrus is not asleep though. Like he's
It'd be more like you
midnight
just
oil.
scream at him to get on top.
So,
Get up.
Well, yeah. I mean, even that would be enough to
But I
wake him up. Yeah.
will say, since you said Cyrus wasn't asleep,
No,
roll perception
Not
as
yet.
well then.
I was wondering about that. Like,
Waiting
you
for the
probably
2.
Hear this below decks. That's 16.
Yeah.
All right.
You can hear the. You can actually hear it pretty loudly from where you are.
And Ozramon's voice in your head, so you know he's onto it
Yeah,
also.
so he's going to come up top deck.
Okay.
What in blazes is that?
I can't say for sure. I just heard it. It just started. Some sort of impact. I thought you might know, being a more seafaring individual.
Rusam's going to run down and grab one of the deck lanterns and lean over the side and see if he can figure out what it is.
All right, roll me another perception.
Oh, baby. 16.
Nice.
All right, so you lean over and kind of, as your eyes adjust to the light you've just created and you kind of shine it down, you can see there are things moving in the water, and you can see foam kind of rising up as these shapes, these slick shapes, begin to kind of move over one another. And then you can see one of these shapes extend a hand onto the side of the boat and begin to make its way up.
Oh, Sam's doing a really creepy thing with his hands right now where it looks like he's climbing.
doing the
just,
shaky
sucking
thing.
cups.
And you can see what you recognize as an experienced sailor and shipwright, what looks like an eel. But this eel has sprouted these awful, just grotesque limbs, and it has these pustules of this fluorescent green all along the back of it and all along these limbs, which are slowly climbing up
It's a Shogoth.
as it begins to make its way up to the banister of the ship,
Are they screaming eels?
and it releases
No, it's flying eels.
before lunging directly at your face. Roll for initiative.
Yes.